we've been given in exchange so we can spruce the place up a little bit. Some of you that can't hold their liquor on election night, literally can't hold it because you dropped the stuff on the floor. Our rugs are getting pretty nasty there, so we'll be replacing the carpeting there and cleaning things up pretty good. So we've got a long-term reduction of our rent for the future, and we'll be all set in that facility for the coming years. I'm going to do some advertisement type pitches for some things today. First of all, what we'd like you to do, if you haven't already done it before you leave today, would like you to file for precinct committee. I would dearly love if we could do it, and I know it's a difficult thing, but we have 70 precinct committeeman assignments in Howard County. Traditionally, we have about 20 people that file. And then I appoint close to 50, plus, in many cases, appoint close to 70 vice precinct committee. It would be a great thing to elect every one of the people that represent our party organizationally. So please file for precinct committeeman. If you have a question about whether you already have elected precinct committeeman or not, ask Judy Buck. She's got a list. We don't want to offend anybody that's run forever and been precinct committee forever, but ask Judy if you have any questions. Secondly, we would love you to file for delegates to the state convention. Howard County, the party has reduced the number of delegates for the convention this year. We'll have 27, down from 34. There'll be 7 in the 5th Congressional District and 20 in the 4th Congressional District. They'll run at large. So in the 5th District, there'll be 7 of you on the ballot. Everybody in the 5th Congressional District will be voting for those people. I would encourage you to file for those positions. The cost is $100 to go to the convention. I like to say it includes lots of great parties and whatnot, but they kind of killed that years ago. So we do have some fun. So I do encourage you to go to a gubernatorial election year. We'll be selecting the lieutenant governor there, and it could be a great time. So I appreciate you all filing for that. Lastly, I would also appreciate, if you haven't done it, there was an email sign-up sheet, and would like you to put your emails down so we can send out a lot of reminders for these type of events. A lot of times you miss the mail piece, skips your memory or whatever, and we'd like to do a lot more communication by email, and I'm constantly trying to build that list. So the email sheet is back on the tables at the back, and before you go, if you haven't already done it, please give us your emails. At this point in time, I'd like to bring up Linda Talbert, who has a head of Republican Women, who has a very brief announcement.
Good morning, everyone. It's good to see you out on this fine January morning.
Yeah, it is.
Can everybody hear me?
No. Yeah, you can hear back there.
Okay, all right. I would like to take this opportunity to invite and encourage all the ladies to attend our membership dinner meeting, which will be held February 16th at Posterific at 6 p.m. Our featured speaker is going to be Sandy Huddleston. She is the vice chair of the Indiana Republican Party, and she is going to share the rules that's regarding the presidential election that is coming up, and how her perspective is going to show how this may affect Indiana's primary. Also, she is going to explain how the election process works at the National Convention, which will be held in Tampa, Florida in August. So please, ladies, come and see what Sandy has to share with us. We're really looking forward to hearing from her, since this is a very important presidential election coming up. Also, we have planned our calendar of events for the year. We're planning another day trip, and we're really excited about this. It's going to be March 14th. We are going to tour the Heartland Growers in Westfield, Indiana, where their flowers will begin blooming. They are a large distributor to Lowe's, Walmart, and also sell to individuals for the growing process and start to distribution. We're really looking forward to that. We plan to leave Kokomo about 7:30 that morning. We'll stop for breakfast in Westfield at Lincoln Square, and then on to Heartland Growers, and then we'll return to Kokomo by early afternoon. Now, very important. All of you ladies, I really 2012. Myself as president, Sally Tate, vice president, Judy Buck, second vice president, Brooke Cleaver, secretary, Debbie Stewart, treasurer, Joella Loggins, membership chairman, and Janita Beal is corresponding secretary, and I'm not sure if she's here this morning. Thank you.
Without introducing them individually, I would ask that our elected officials in Howard County, including our state representatives and state senator, if you'd rise at this time so we can all thank you for the great job that you're doing as representatives. Those of you who are announced candidates for office, the traditional time that we do the individual introductions is Lincoln Reagan Day, so we'll make sure we cover you on that one too. I would also thank those who helped us coordinate the check-in today. I'm not going to name names, but really appreciate all the efforts you did in helping getting people signed in, help make arrangements for this event today, and do the work on a regular basis. And of course, appreciate my wife Jill, who puts up and tolerates me and all that good stuff. When I can't sleep the night before one of these events, Mama don't sleep and Daddy don't sleep. So anyways, thank you all for your efforts in this event. Before we start the forum, I would like to read a brief statement regarding the forum today. The 2012 congressional and Senate elections will not be about politics as usual. With a $15 trillion national debt, high unemployment, presidential abuse of power, and a lack of transparency, voter dissatisfaction with government, and numerous national security threats, any serious candidate for office must participate in a fair and open discussion of the issues. No candidate, be they an incumbent or a challenger, has the luxury or privilege of failing to address these issues before the voters in a manner that allows adequate comparative opportunities. Each publicly announced Republican candidate for 5th District Representative was invited to participate in this forum. Congressman Dan Burton declined to participate. The Howard County Republican Party and Republican voters of the 5th Congressional District are deeply disappointed by his failure to participate. And there'll be copies of this statement be available for the press after the event today. At this point in time, I'd like to introduce our participants in the forum, and our congressional candidates can start coming forward if they would like at this point in time. Let's see, we probably ought to do this in order, so let's do you there, and then I think Jack beside you, and then David and John. Our first 5th District candidate is Susan Brooks. She is currently General Counsel for Ivy Tech Community College and Senior Vice President. She is former U.S. Attorney for Indiana, former Deputy Mayor of Indianapolis, a native of Fort Wayne. She did her undergraduate work from Miami of Ohio. Her law degree is from Indiana University, and she has a husband and 2 children. Next to her is Jack Luber. He is an attorney with Foster Group. He owns Luber Real Estate, LLC. He is a Taylor University undergraduate. He has his master's from Regent University, and he attended IU when he graduated from IU Law School. He has a wife and 3 children, and they reside in Fishers. Next is David McIntosh. David is an attorney. He's a native of Kendallville. He was an advisor in the Reagan administration. He was elected to Congress where he pledged to serve only 3 terms. He served his 3 terms and left to enter the private sector. He is a graduate of Yale and a graduate of the University of Chicago Law School. He has a wife and 2 children. Last is, but certainly not least, John McGough. He is an emergency room physician and head of the emergency room operations for Community Hospital. He is a brigadier general and in the Indiana Air National Guard. He has about, one of the things I thought was interesting, about 600 hours flying F-16s and F-4 fighters. He's a former Marion County coroner. He's a graduate of North Central High School Indiana University and IU Med School, and he has a wife and daughter. I didn't think it would be appropriate today for me to moderate the debate because that person's going to distribute questions out and rotate them around, and we wanted this to be the most fair forum you could possibly have. So I invited somebody to serve as moderator today. Our moderator today is Abdul Hakim Shabazz. He is the publisher and editor of IndyPolitics.org. If you haven't been there, I suggest you check it out. He's an attorney at Lewis & Wilkins. He serves as a political analyst for WRTV. He is a regular panelist on Inside Indiana Business with Gary Dick. He is a frequent moderator and MC of many political events in the Marion County area, and a true political celebrity in Indiana. And without further ado, I will turn this over to Abdul.
You guys all hear me? No. How about that? I spent several years in radio, so. No, I appreciate being able to come here today to participate. There we go. Those nice melodious James Earl Jones tones. No, I appreciate, like I said, the invitation to come here and help you folks out and make a decision as to who you would like to support for Congress. I have no vested interest in this race. I have interviewed all four of the good people up here on the stage. Very good relationships personally with all four of them. So my goal is just to facilitate a discussion, and hopefully you good folks can make a decision. My goal is to keep us moving on time, which is to be done in an hour. So we ask the candidates to try to keep your comments. Brevity is always a hallmark of a good presentation, with the exception of opening and closing statements, which will have about 2 minutes. We try to just keep the responses to about a minute. The other reason we got to be done in an hour is because I got a massage appointment at 11:15 in Indianapolis, next door to the Indy Cigar Bar. So, hey, I'm a guy, it's Saturday. My wife, she's off playing with her friends, so I get to go play with my friends. So with that said, ladies and gentlemen, we will begin at my right, your left, with Susan Brooks. And Susan, your opening statement.
Thank you. I'm not sure this is on there.
Yeah.
Did you hear me?
Yep.
Okay. I might take this. Good morning. Thank you, Chairman Dunn. Where did he go? Thank you, Chairman Dunn and Howard County Republican Party for organizing this forum today. Over the last 6 months, I've been traveling the district, and the message is very clear. Voters want a change in Washington, D.C. They're concerned about the direction of this country, and they're even concerned more about the inability of their representatives to get things done and to work through the difficult problems this country faces. I've served in both the private practice and the public sector. I've been an attorney in a small law firm and a large law firm. I was deputy mayor for the city of Indianapolis. I was the U.S. attorney appointed by President Bush 1 month after 9/11, where I served in the Justice Department for 6 years. Howard County was part of that. And for the last 4 years, I've been privileged to work at Ivy Tech Community College, where I've walked into work every day with the unemployed and the underemployed adults coming back to school. Like other Republicans, I value the conservative values of Republicans, of life, of marriage, of Second Amendment. But I think what we have to very much focus on in this election is the economy and jobs. Since the financial meltdown, our economy has been strangled by the uncertainty of what's going on in this country. If you're a business owner, and I met some business owners here today, you are very concerned about all of the regulations that you are facing. If you're an employee in the middle of your